So it was a referral letter to the GP. So is that clear in the first paragraph that this is why we are sending our patient to you?
No, it isn't clear.
It's not really clear. He or she, I don't know who wrote the letter, but it's a bit like you don't really know what she's asking for. You know, she needs, can you kind of update the health status of your patient who needs, so, you know, it kind of says, it's just kind of seems like she's just given an update, when actually what we need to be doing very clearly is to refer the patient back to her GP. Now, I know in general, same thing, like it sounds like the same thing, but in the letter, it's very important that we write that purpose. Like I found it here. So purpose is here. It's that third band. And this is what I mean, that 20% of your mark. Purpose is a very big part of this exam. So the purpose of the document is immediately apparent and sufficiently expanded as required. So that means that we will have very clearly in the beginning what type of letter we're going to do. And if it's a referral letter, then it'll have dates, because dates are very important when we're talking about referring somebody. You know, the doctor has to make some sort of investigation. So looking at this as a format, it doesn't really look too much like date-based. And if we have a look at our case notes, that also will help us to understand whether it's date-based. So what have we got? Yeah, we've got a date here. For example, we've got admission date and a discharge date. So pretty much all of this has happened in 2 days, as we can see. And is there any other dates? Yeah, absolutely. We got loads of dates here. So in general, we can see already that this isn't really written in a purpose of a referral letter. This is written as if it is a discharge or a transfer letter. So the referral letter, as I mentioned to you in our classes, really has to do with dates. So what did they score here? So for example, the purpose of the document is apparent, but not sufficiently highlighted or expanded. Purpose of the document is not immediately apparent and may show very limited expansion. So actually, our student scored 1. So, you know, going from 20% of the mark, they've only got 5% of their mark from here. And that's just from getting the correct type of letter. So this is so important. This is what I stress. And I might repeat myself in the classes, but that's how we get marked on it. So it's a good thing to know. So as always, I would write, I am writing to refer blah, 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 type of letter to refer Mr. Walter, 69 years old. I'm writing to refer Mr. Walter, a 69-year-old. Is there any problems here?
Yes, punctuation.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. There is a punctuation problem. Is there kind of a missing words in that sentence as well? I would kind of prefer to put, you know, a 69 years old man, you know, like this. And this just doesn't seem very correct. A 69-year-old man. So that's the relative clause that we were talking about. Robert, we didn't cover it together. And Bridget, I don't think we covered it together, but I did see it in your letter, Bridget, that you are now trying out these different forms of sentence structure, which is great. But yeah, this is pretty much what's happening. You know, I'm writing to refer Mr. Walter, relative close, a 69-year-old man, into your care for urgent management of hypertension and a cardiac assessment.